Alright, so this will be my review for The Two Faces of January. This came out in 2014. Not really sure what drew me to this movie originally. It's been in my Netflix queue for a long time, but I'm sure I was just looking at some of the actors, their filmography, and this popped up. So it stars Viggo Mortensen, Kirsten Dunst, and Oscar Isaac. So those three right there, really good actors. And I'm sure I just saw their names together in a movie. Seemed like a smaller scale movie, and decided to throw in my next Netflix queue, and I finally watched it. So it was actually written and directed by Hossein Amini. Wasn't too familiar with his name, but then looking at his filmography and what he's done, he actually wrote the movie Drive, which I really like. It's a good movie. Done a couple other screenplays like Kill Shot, Snow White and the Huntsman, 47 Ronin. But this is actually his first feature-length film that he's directed. So that's the writer and director. And the movie it starts in Athens. It starts out with Oscar Isaac's character. His name's Rydell, and he's a tour guide. So he's kind of given a group of like younger women a tour of some of the ruins in Greece. And as he's doing that, he notices a couple, and the couple's Chester and Colette, played by Viggo Mortensen and Kirsten Dunst. And they kind of notice Viggo Mortensen's character Chester kind of recognizes that Rydell might be a little bit more of a like a petty criminal, as opposed to just this nice tour guide. And it's true. He's kind of doing they're not violent things. They're kind of like little shifty things. Rydell's kind of just scamming people out of money easily because he's actually an American, but he speaks Greek really well. He's pretty cultured, so he's just kind of like a little shifty, scamming people out of money here and there for giving them advice or telling them how much something costs, a little trinket, and then he'll say, well, it'll be this much in U.S. dollars, but I'll give them however much it is in Greek dollars, and he'll pocket the rest. But anyways, he starts hanging out with the couple, Chester and Colette. Right away, Rydell kind of has an attraction to Colette, and he kind of notices that she's a little bit younger than Chester, and kind of wonders what's going on there. But they just end up hanging out, having dinner together. Rydell's with a woman from a tour group earlier, and so they have like a couple's date, and it's going pretty well. And then Rydell kind of stumbles upon something that happens in Chester and Colette's hotel room. He's going to return something to Colette, and he walks in on somebody getting killed, and that's pretty much what sets up the rest of the story. What happens from there? And this is set in like the 60s, so it's a bit of a period piece. And Rydell, he ends up helping Colette and Chester. He thinks they're a nice couple. He likes them well enough, so he offers to get them out of Athens and out of the country or to a different area where they can leave. Because of what happens, he believes that it's not something that was their Chester's fault or Colette's fault, so he offers to help them. And that's the basic plot of the story. And then it gets pretty intriguing after that. So, and it's it's a bit of it's a thriller and a mystery, so there's a lot of things that can happen that I don't really want to spoil, because I really like the movie. So I'll say that right off the bat. It's done really well. It's I liked how it starts. So it starts out, it has this very old school feel. It is a period piece in the 60s. But not just that, it's just the way it's shot and paced at the beginning is really good. It takes its time, it's slow, but you're getting all this information about the couple. Maybe if Chester isn't everything he seems, And then there's always this mystery about Rydell because he says his family's pretty well off, and he was going to Yale or Harvard, and decided to leave the U.S. And there's always kind of this mystery of like everybody's background and what they're really doing. Um, but then yeah, it builds up very very nicely. So it starts out slowly paced. You're getting to know everybody, and then a couple of these intense moments that move the plot along happen, and it's just really well done. It ramps up the pace and the energy and the intrigue, and it actually does that steadily throughout the movie. So it just keeps ramping up more and more, and did it really well. Actually, I was kind of surprised how much I liked the movie. I mean, I wasn't expecting to hate it or anything. These are all really good actors. They're all do a great job. I think Oscar Isaac's one of the best actors around right now. I don't think that's easy. I don't think that's very hard to dispute. I mean, his work has been pretty incredible. We've been getting noticed. Obviously, he's in the Star Wars movies. His role in that was actually going to be a lot smaller, and then they beefed it up just because he's a great actor and stuff. So, there was like a couple things, a couple twists. One of them I kind of expected, but then there was another one that I did not expect at all. So it's not like a super predictable plot. The ending's really good. There's a couple things that just really stood out. I thought it was done very very well. Like I said, I'm being vague because I don't want to give too much away. It's a mystery. It's a thriller. So, what else? I mean, like I said, it's a really well made movie. I'm really interested to see what this director Hossein Amini does next. He wrote Drive. That was a really good movie. He wrote the screenplay for this and directed it. It's just really good, and I feel like this is a very under the radar movie. I doubt very many people have heard of this at all. It's on Netflix. I would definitely check it out. It's got great actors, so I mean, it's kind of a shame that it doesn't get more notice. But I'm gonna look through my notes one more time. Other than that, the one thing I kept feeling was with like movie connection wise, I kept thinking this really feels like The Talented Mr. Ripley. It has that kind of lovers triangle set in the 60s in a foreign country in Europe, and even the way it's shot, everything's kind of has that sun-drenched aura. It's really bright. I can't remember where Talented Mr. Ripley is set. Somewhere around Greece or Italy. I think it's maybe Italy. But then I was thinking that the whole time, like right away, I kind of got that feel from the movie. I was like, this feels like Talented Mr. Ripley. And then after I saw the movie, I was looking at some of the info about it, and the actual story is based off of a novel by Patricia Highsmith, and she also wrote The Talented Mr. Ripley. So, mystery solved. That's why they feel similar. If you like that, you'll definitely like this. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5, so that's a very high recommendation. Like I said, it's on Netflix, so it'll be easy to find. Not sure how long they'll keep it on there, but if you're looking for a thriller, a mystery, period piece, something with some really good acting, if you want to see a good Oscar Isaac, Viggo Mortensen, or Kirsten Dunst movie, definitely check this one out. All right, that'll be it.